Okay. So yesterday we started understanding how we are going to do the transformation in TMAP and how to trigger the different files from the same job. Hope you guys started practicing that. So this is going to be a real time scenario. So we'll have a files, different files will be placed in a some folder by the some other team members. It's going to be upstream. So we have to process based on the file layout or what table, so associated file with the appropriate table we have to load in a same job. So it's kind of one job which is going to take care of different files. So if you want to go for different jobs, then how many jobs you are going to create and how much effort you have to put, that is going to be the difference. So you can handle in a single job, you can try as much as, or if you want to go different jobs each and every flow, see nobody is going to point if their work is going to be done. But point is we cannot do the like a kind of, we cannot increase our efforts or we cannot keep engage ourselves to do something which is repeating and all, right? So always we have to think in a dynamic and try to make it a single job to make how many things we can able to handle, we can try to handle it. That is a like kind of a technical challenge we are going to see when you are doing any kind of coding. So it is going to, once you writing something which can be useful forever kind of thing, you have to do and you have to think that direction. So why we have to do this kind of things, and we can simply make it separate jobs for each and every flow, then we'll call, right? So that is a difference, that the thinking is going to be change your game of your coding standards and all. Okay, so that is the intention of this exercise. It's like this same way, if you are going to work with any kind of database tables also, how you can iterate, how you can do for loading for a dynamic schema. Those are all things you can hear when you go and join into the real time project. You will see a lot of things, how we can make dynamic, how we can use a common code, these reusable, whatever, that they'll use things and they'll ask you how we can implement in Talend. So because they may have some other tool or technology which is who is you are going to lead or manager, he'll keep ask you how you can make and what is the advantage of this Talend, what you can make in a like a, which always they'll think how we can utilize the features of Talent. So if you are an expert in the team, then they'll keep reach out to you to make something which is a dynamic way, and how you can do that. They'll ask you. So when you are doing, just think and take your time to understand what the requirement, and then you can answer them. Okay, so this is how you can add like whatever connections, whatever components we have. So based on that, how we can make our job dynamic and beautiful, that is a point. Okay, so coming back to transformation, so we have started understanding transformation. So I'm opening tmap again, and yesterday we have understand how to row level filter and how to add some column level transformation. So column level transformation means we try to do the case sense, like a case change. So the column, they have something in a combination of lower case, upper case, but as a standard they have asked us to make it as a uppercase of all the letters in uppercase, because we don't know, right? We cannot ask customer, to be like in a world like a old systems, or where whatever the application they are using, uh, we don't have this much kind of validations restrictions when they have using site. Nowadays technologies are, it's a different than what we have in a world like before 10 years and all. So now everything in a front end itself. So how you are going to get the data in general, you are going to get from the front end application. It's going to be a web application or a standalone application. So whatever they have in a business, so there is no restrictions what we can enter, what the customer is going to enter. So you have to enter these letters or you have to follow this kind of validation. Not that many rules and all nowadays with the framework, like whatever they have, if they're going to use any kind of web-based technology or they are going to use any server-based technology, they're going to have the framework and our methods, which is going to automatically create that validation kind of thing. So if earlier you was a Gmail, you can enter anything to create. You can use hyphens 1 2 3 or maximum. So many things they are allowing. Now you can go and create a Gmail. They'll keep ask you, this is not recommended. This underscore is not recommended. This special character is not recommended. So you have to use A to Z or 0 to 9. So this kind of validations and there pop up the um, messages thing. So that's where, but old things again, why we have to do this uppercase, why we have to do uppercase, that is a story. So the old data, the whatever they have, they, it is not a homogeneous, like it's not a like data not looks entire thing in a proper way. So they want to make a standardized all over system, source system. It's not about one source system, they'll have a multiple source systems. So they want to make in a like a sync. It's like all things will be proper and clean. Then they'll start thinking like a data standardization, data formation, and coming to again rules filtering and all depends on business. So these three things: validation and standardization and filtering. So these things three they'll apply because they want to get proper data in how you how you want to see in a target state. And what is the intention of doing these things? To make sure data immediately they have to readable. So customer wants to read the data and understand what they are going to do with the customer. So they have to make sure uh, the look of data, and it's again making the golden record of a customer. And it is a simple change. It's uppercase, what is the matter? You can read lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter, right? But that is not a point. They want to make in a they want to make it in a standard uniform. The data should be in a uniform so that they can easily follow and they can do that. That's where we have to simple transformation. We tried it yesterday to get a uppercase. So uppercase, and here we understand. So when you click on this dots, it's kind of expression builder. So expression builder is going to have you can write your transformation logics, and you can see the lot of whatever the existing predefined and user defined functions you can find in the categories tab. So categories tab, you can find whatever available methods in a Talend you can find in the categories. So related, this is a simple, I can say, class. So this is a class. Under that you can have a different methods. So this is a function. So how we have SQL, right? So you want to perform any aggregation, you will go for if you want to do sum the number of columns, you can use a sum. Or same way, you want to get the count of records, you will go for count of record. And you want to perform some average, then you will go for average method. Same way, Talend is developed on Java based. So Java is going to have a class. Under class, you will have a number of methods. So whatever is applicable, whatever they try to give us, they tried their best in general. in, gen- in general, what are the scenarios, what are the kind of data massaging you are going to perform, those kind of methods. So for example, string handling. So what are the like general things will happen in a any business in a daily life. So that kind of methods they'll give. Apart from this, if you don't find a method or something, that's where you are going to use a user defined. So there you can you have to know Java, again, it's a tool, right? So 80% of things will be done in the tool itself, like a components or using existing methods or whatever. So 20% the case depends on the requirement. You don't find something, you have to customize. That is the advantage of Talend. But now at least I can say at least 90% you can able to achieve, because that much grow, like that much growth you can see the in Talend. If you go and see the site, oh, when they started and how they are evaluating every day, like it's every patch. Even they release for there is no pattern for them to release. They'll go for every quarterly or monthly, they'll give some patches. So something is a bug or something, you say, if it is reported by all the customers, they'll come up with that solution, like they'll give a patch for us. So if you are a licensed customer, so that's how Talent is yeah, giving us kind of hands, like hands free. So you just report that this is the issue we are facing, and this is a bug we are noticing. Then they'll take it as a case and they'll start looking into it. And of course it's not your requirement. It should be the common across all the customers. How many people are using Talent? If they receive more than that, they'll take it as a take it as a request for a number of people, and then they'll start doing that. So that's where how many methods and how many components you are seeing, right? It's not 1 day or 2 days they have started. They're hearing the customers, they're seeing the real time requirements business, and they'll hear from them. So what are the challenges and what are the issues and what they want to do ETL performance. So now you see these many methods. It's not there when you started with the Talent old. You don't find these many methods or these many classes. You'll not have this many. But daily, like it's going to be uh, they keep adding. So you can say simply, if they find something, they'll hear from customer, this can be done, this can be useful, then they'll start doing. So in the same case, it's a open source. Now we are also doing the open source. So we can write our own class, and you will see if you have anything you have created under your class and your methods, you are under routines. Here you are going to call as a routines. So here I am saying in the general Java terminal, it's going to be a class. So here Talent, they're call it as a routine. So why they're calling routine? So routine is means something. It is going to be a reusable thing, which can be called as a routine here. So routine is going to be a reusable thing. So the across the project or across the projects, like they're going to have different trends, like a different tracks in a project. So you can't make it as a one common reference project which can be used by all the client related projects ETL they are doing Talent. So they'll have a 10 projects in a same customer, so they can start use of that routine wherever they want. So because the functionality is not changing for them, so they can use it. So the routines are going to be created in Talent. The routines are reusable components. Again, it's going to be a class and methods. So class and methods. So here these are all. Now we are going to see this. We are going to see all these kind of methods. What are they? And we are just without knowledge also we started using Talent date. We are trying to capture the current date, and we want to get the current date as a string. So these things we already started using last 2 3 sections Talent date data. So like strings, and we are going to start doing yesterday itself. We started using the method, and same way mathematical. So you want to mathematical, you want to round something, you want to get the dividend. So whatever like a requirement you can find from these methods, and you want to get the numeric, you want to get. So how you are going to get the sequence? So you want to create a sequence in your code, then you can use the numeric methods and you can find a numeric. And you want to create a random number. These things sequence, I think we have already used in our first section when we are creating a data row generator, data generation. So same way you can see data operations. So you can find some data operations which can be char related character, and you want to convert character. And Talent string, again it's right, again it's going to be a string related only. So they have given a another class called string. So Talent string. So here it is a simply string handling, and here is a talent strings. So you can see what method is the replace a special character from XML. So specific to this method is used for you want to replace any special character coming from XML, and you want to do some kind of trim. So trim is there in string handling also. In component also, we have tried that trimming and all. Now you can see right here there is a talent trim. Like that, you can go through each and every method based on our need or our requirement. Then we are going to use that. So now coming back here, so we have done with the I want to go with the lower case. So what is the method you can find in the lower case? So is there any lower case method available? So you can find in this list of methods available in the functions. So where is the lower case? So here lower case, they're calling it as a down case. You can see the down case. So down case is going to convert all your methods into the lower case. So now we are going to apply this one. I'm going to copy this row name. How many arguments when you are using any method, you have to see what is your number of arguments for this method. So for this method we have only string, and it is going to return a string. So this is a like a prototype of your method. So the method and related arguments, and what is the return type of the method, and what is the like class for this method. So string handling is a class for this method, and the method has one argument, and return type is string, id underscore string. So this is a return type, and you can find here id underscore boolean. So if this is going to return a billion. So like this you can go through the each and every method when you are trying to use, or when you are practicing, and you can find a trim or replace. So replace method, what it is going to do, and alpha. So alpha, what is it doing? It is going to check is the characters are there or not. So in the all the letters in a string is a characters or a numeric, that is going to return true or false. So now lowercase we are using now, and I'm deleting this. I'm going to remove this filter also now. To run this. So we have changed it in CSV. So we have a CSV file in this location. We'll see. So we have already. So I'm going to run this. So now we see right the data is all converted, the name converted to lower case. Here you see right, the file is reading from inbound folder, not from our whatever we are using here, right? So because the file is not replaced with whatever t file list is returning. So how to make that? So this file is referring from our metadata what we have created at the metadata time. So I don't want to use this file. I want to use the t file list folder, whatever somebody is placed this file, right? So how do we get the path? So what file they have placed, that file I want to get here all the time. So I don't want to get I don't want to give fixed like a fixed path here. So whatever they are going to place here, so the path is defined here. So you can find this multi-file creation location where you are going to get the files. So I want to get from this folder to read one by one file. If they'll place any file, the file name should be like a, it's going to be delimiter. So what is the thing? Delimiter should be comma, and file name should be anything like it's a CSV or a TXT, doesn't matter because we are not going to worry about file name. So if you give it a .csv, it won't allow you. So you want to make that as a variable calling, like the t file list component. We are see that what are the available things, right? So you can find current file name with path. So there's the same thing, c colon whatever. So here you see, right, the printing is, it is printing the path of the file where it is located and all. I think we deactivated. So here we tried printing all the details. So what are all the things are variables are going to be used in the t file list component. So here is the variable which is going to return the file name with path. So file name with path, this is the variable. So I'm going to use this in the t file delimiter component, so which can automatically whatever file is coming, it will read from that file. So you can just copy paste the entire thing. This is a string. So this is also a string. So the path is a string. So generally it should be all in encoded double quotes. So you have to put in a double quotes. If it is already string, you no need to give any double quotes. It will read the path. So if you run this one, whatever path is printing on the console, right, same value it will be replaced here. This is a variable. The value is going to replaced on the fly. So the value coming from the file list, t file list, the path is fixed, and after that whatever file name, the file name will be placed here till this path is common. So after that file, so whatever file you are going to place, that file will be replaced here. So now you see, right, why we have 3 rows only, but we have in a 9 rows in that file, but only 3 rows we are getting because the path what we are referring is different, and what we have in the multi-file creation folder, the file is different. Now I am giving that file path. Even same for, you can change all the places, you can make it built in. So you should not use a metadata file path. So file path, or you have to make that as a you are going to get that file path from variable. So it's not be a hard coded. So because if you are going for different environments, so the file path is not going to be the same. So you have to have the dynamic. So this path we can pass it from outside somewhere, that we'll see. But right now in the job, you don't want to hard code the path. You want to give the global variable. This is a global variable which will replace automatically the value of the file path from t file list. So whatever path you are going to share here, the from that path it will find the file is exist or not, and it will start loading the file. So I'm going to copy for this also. I don't want to hard code in the component level. So here it is a hard coded. So it will always look for this folder, outbound folder, and it will try to get it. So now I'm making as a like a dynamic or parameterized. It is a param. You can say it is not dynamic. It is a parameterized. So your parameter you are passing the value. If you change simply this path, so if you change some other path, so automatically the path will be reflect all these components. So you no need to worry what is the path you have given here. So the whatever path they ask you to use to get the files, so you are going to just one place you are going to change. So all other places will automatically replace. Otherwise what will happen, you have to open the component and you have to paste the path whatever they have shared again, every component. So if you have a 10 file processes you have in your job, so every component you have to open and change the file directory and related file name. So but if you are using the global variable of t file list, you don't need to open these components. So you can just change in one place, automatically it will reflect all the components. Now I'm going to run. So now we are expecting 9 rows. So now you see 9 rows are coming. So I want to apply. So state. So I want to add one more. So now another transformation. So I want to add one more column and I want to get the like I want to get state code. So if it is Andhra Pradesh, I want to get AP. If it is a Telangana, then I want to get TS. Like that, one transformation I have to do. So what I am going to add, one more column I am going to add here. The column name is going to be state code. So new column they ask us, and what is the transformation? If the state is AP, then you have to get the code as Andhra Pradesh. If the state is Andhra Pradesh, I want to get the code as AP. If it is a state is Telangana, then I want to get the TS. Like that, they ask us. They'll give us the list of states and all. So now in our case, right? So how many things we have? Two states. So two states. How you are going to write a transformation here? So here you can see, right? So the first column name is going to be, you can get this column name from here also. You can see the list of columns whatever you have in a input. So row one, so you can see, right, row one dot row one dot. So row one is a connection name for a input component. I'm going to click this, so you'll get that state. And I want to check the what is the state. So what is the state? And if the state is Andhra Pradesh, I want to get the AP. So I'm going to check here. You can see, right? So if you put a dot and you can uh, press control space, you will get the list of methods which are available, which can be used for a string type. So this is a state is a string type. So string type related existing methods you can find here. So I just want to check the state. So state is equals to Andhra Pradesh or not. So what method I am going to use? Equal. So you have to find equal method. So you can type control space, then you'll get the equals. So I am going to use, you can see equals and equal ignore case. So equal means it's just check whatever you have provided, if the case should be match with what you have in a input data. If you put a ignore case means it will be lower case in file or upper case in file. What you are checking, it won't check that case. It will just check the content of the string. So I'm going to use this. First we'll use a equal. So equal. So you can put double quotes. So find that Andhra Pradesh. So I'm copying this. So this is the first state they have given. So if the and if it is equals to Andhra Pradesh, what I want to get? I want to get the state code. So state code is AP. So here how it is going to work. So this is a if else condition kind of thing. So transfer, this is a ternary operator. If you had earlier in your academic, or if you see that any programming language, you will have a condition. Condition is true or false, then you will have a one result. Condition is false, then you are going to have false. So here you can write your condition. If your condition satisfy what you want to get, you can put after question mark. If your condition is not satisfied, default what you are going to get, you can get. So there's it's the same like if else. So if so 10 greater than 2, then you want to print else. So same thing, we are trying a ternary operator. So it's going to check the condition. If condition is true, then we want to get the value what you want to print. So if condition is fails, then what you want to get, that you can write in a false like. So here we are trying to get AP, and if you and another check what we have to do, to check if it is a Telangana, then what we want to get, we want to get the TS. I'm going to write what we have Telangana case. So if it is Telangana, what I want to get, I want to get TS. Else, else I want to get empty. So I don't want to populate state code because the data doesn't match with these two states. Then I don't want to get anything. I just want to space, just a space. I'm going to delete this duplicate. So now you see, right? TS, AP, like this state code. So the ternary operator transformation we are using. So same way you want to check the zip code. So if there is a, if you want to make anything uppercase, lowercase, and apart from you want to get any filter. So I want to get only AP related, Andhra Pradesh related. So how we are going to filter? So like that you can filter your data. And here, right? So now we have done this logic in the right side. Okay, you want to filter the data in a source itself. So I don't want to come here. If I don't want to get the data which is Telangana related data, I don't want to get into the my transformation flow. I just want to filter source level itself. So if it is a DB, you can DB component, you can put a where condition, you can filter itself in the source itself. But coming to Talend, if you are dealing with a file, so file, you don't have an option to filter the data. So you don't find any option to filter here. So you want to get only Andhra related records and all, you don't have option. Or you want to get only Telangana related data, you want to get it, you don't have an option. So what is the option? So you have using a transformation component tmap, there you can find a filter. So here you can put that. So you want to put the state dot equals. So how we are doing right side, this the same thing we are trying to do in the left side. Left side is source, so right side is, I want to get only Telangana state record. And I'll copy this. How many records we are going to see? How many? All three. because we filter in the data in a source itself. So we don't want to read all the data. We want to read for first Telangana related data, and we want to do transformation. So we have filter source itself. We no need to do in the right side, right? We no need to. If you have a millions of data, why we have to read all the data from the source and then we apply the transformation? So transformation is a costly operation, right? So you are checking this logic, but you don't want to do for all the states. You want to do for particular state. Then why we have to apply all the transformation on the whole data? So just you can apply on the specific data. So you want to filter source itself, you can apply the filter in the left side, so that data will be filter in a source itself. So it won't come to your transformation and it will not go to the load. So the intention of filter in the left side, the same. You don't want to apply the any logic or any transformations. So if you are applying this whatever case or whatever you are checking the state code, you don't want to apply all the records. You want to apply for a specific Telangana related, then you are going to filter source itself. That is the advantage of source side filtering also. This is the same case in your, if you are using any SQL, right? Any SQL, you can use it a where condition to filter where state equals to Telangana. Then it will be filter data SQL itself. Or you want to perform any transformation component, you are going to use a tmap, and you can do this kind of filtering, so that it will be filter at least tmap first step. So it is going to filter the source data, and then it will start coming to the whatever transformations or whatever you have applied the business logic, it will start applying on that data. So this is a row level, source level, row level, you are applying a filter. If you apply right side, it is going to read from source all the data whatever is there. On top of that, it will apply that logic. So it is going to, if the data is going to flow by row, right? So row by row it is going to flow. If you are filtering, the number of rows is going to be reduced from here till this part you write. If you are using a SQL, then you can put a filter on the data, then you will get only 3 rows here. But this is a file, you don't have an option to filter the data in any component level. So then you have to use the transformation component, and at least you have filter source side. So now you can see, right? So 9 rows are coming till here. After that, it started only whatever filtered data, it is processed to the next component. So now I am going to remove that source level filter. So this one, I hope you guys able to follow, just to get the specific column, what column you want to apply anything. So now I want to apply state. So state related, how many columns are there? I'm not sure. So just type the state, then you'll get the list of yes, starting letter S with the fields. Then you can select what field you want for the same purpose. So it's not going to be any functional activity, just to let's say like it's kind of searching or a helping hand for you to get the columns list which are starting with the particular letter. So just a filter, so you can remove it. And this one, it is just a minimize option, so you can minimize or maximize things. So same here, you will have a number of inputs, right? You are going to join with the different files or tables. There you can find a minimize and right. So right side, left side, you will see the same options. You don't see much difference. So here also you can see that, but once you added automatically, you will get activated the up arrow, down arrow. So I'm just copying this to show that icons. I'm going to join this. Now you can see, right? So two things are coming when you add this, and you want to make this one as up and down. You will get you can do that this thing. So if you want to make sure or whatever filter you want to apply on the second table, you can apply here. You want to apply on the first table like a source table. This is going to be a source. Whatever you see, right? You can connect n number of inputs and you can generate n number of outputs using tmap. That is the first point we talked about. outputs. So n number of outputs you will create on one source, but you can add other sources also. But first one is going to be the main. So main in the sense it's going to be your source table. So and others are it's going to be a lookup reference tables. It's going to be a join and you will get data from that table also. But it is going to be a reference for this table. It's not a complete table, or it's not going to be a load all the data from here. Depends on your join. We'll see that part later. But what is the point you have to remember? One main connection will come for tmap, and other whatever inputs you are going to join, those will become a lookups reference for the source. So all other, whenever you connect n number of inputs also, you can connect to the tmap. So you can connect n number of inputs. So but all will become automatically, it will show that main connection, but when you connect it to the tmap, then it will become a lookup. So you will have a one main connection. These are all inputs to your whatever you are trying to form the data and all. These are all going to be your inputs, but only one main and others are become a lookups automatically. So that is the point you can add in your tmap list when you are designing a job. So only one main, and you will have a n number of lookups. So input is going to be one source. It's kind of a driving, so where you are exactly getting the data, and other things will be your reference, and that will be added as a connection as a lookup. And outputs, you know, right, you can create n number of outputs. So tmap can allow n number of inputs and n number of outputs going to be generate. But when coming to the connections, it's going to be one main, others are going to be the lookups for the inputs. Okay, I'm deleting this. We'll work on it later. So now coming back to your inside, and now so we understand the left side what options we have, in the right side what options we have, and still we have to understand settings and all. In before that, you can see that one more between one more layer, a kind of intermediate thing you can see here. Same way here also you can have nm same options you can find here. So you can have a minimize, maximize, and you'll see the add button, add variable. So this again same kind of thing. Why we have this one, right? So if you are doing some transformation, this is a like a one column. So same kind of logic or same thing, but here you can see same thing I can implement here also. But what is the advantage of implementing here? So you can use a number of times, and whenever you want to use that same logic in other columns also. But you are writing on a right side on a one column, then you have to copy this and paste it other column also. Instead of that, if you create a intermediate transformation logics in between, then you can use this variable. It's going to be again a variable which is going to store the value whatever stored, whatever transformation logic you have implemented, that thing you can copy, and you can just drag and drop n number of columns. So I'm going to change this one. Now instead of right side column level, I'm going to put in the intermediate column level. So what we have to do here, you just drag and drop here. So it will create a variable, and you can apply this logic whatever you are trying to implement. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste here. So what we have to call here, so here the transformation is same. So whatever logic, but why we are implementing here, if you want to use this transformation some other places, or you want to use the same logic or same thing in a other columns also, you can able to reusable. So always I told you, right? So when you want to create some code, some logic, you have to think how it is going to be reusable in future transformation, or when you are going to add on something, some other logic they are implementing. So you have to use existing things, then you can easily use the this intermediate variable. So now I'm just going to drag and drop this one. So you can select on this. So you just drag and drop. So here it is simple. So you can see, right? So whatever is coming from source, the connection name dot column name, connection name dot column name. Same way they have defined this as a variable connection. So where this is a variable. So var is a v capital ar variable. So you can see that whatever columns are created here, right? You can see that var dot column name, var dot column. If you add one more, so it will be var dot var one. So you can add one more, this one city. So city, you have city, you didn't apply anything. So I want to apply city as uppercase here. So I'm going to add here. So here I'll change it to city. You can change the label, whatever you want the field name. I want to apply the uppercase. So if you are familiar with the Java, so if you are not familiar with Java, you don't know basics also, then you can use the what we have in a Talend. So what we have in a Talend. If you are familiar with Java, so you can see just you can read to what methods are available here. You can see, right, two uppercase, two lowercase, two string, two trim. So you can apply this simply. You can call this uppercase method. So it will also do the same. So but Talend is provided string handling class. Under that they have provided these methods. Same way Java has a string class, and the string class you can find all these methods. So if I go on control space, you can see, right, string is a class. Under the string class we have all these methods. And what is the return type of this one? String. This is a Java. So this is a Java method, and this is a Talend has created their own class. Under that they have a methods. Those they have given the method name is uppercase, downcase. But here Java already have uppercase, lowercase. So you can use anything. There is no much difference. The perform like the performing operation is same. Do you want to convert all the letters into uppercase? Then you can go for uppercase method, which is available under string handling class. Or you want to perform uppercase using Java method, you can see that string is row dot city is a string dot. When you click on dot and control space, you will get what are all string operations you can perform on that. There you can find a two uppercase. So two uppercase is going to do what string handling dot uppercase is going to do. Same way you want to do lowercase, then what string handling dot down case is going to do, same thing will be performed by the two lowercase. So I just want to apply two uppercase. So now what we have to map here, we have to map the variable. So where, so instead of where, I'm going to row one, I'm going to call the var. So just I have connected from the intermediate variable section where you have done some transformation. So I am this one also. I'm going to remove. I'll add here name. I'm going to perform the uppercase on to this also. Okay, and I'm going to call this. Okay, so what is the advantage of here? So if you want to use, so now again the name is there here. I want to add like I want to form a address to, which is going to have name and city and zip. So these three variables I want to concatenate as a address one. So how we are going to do? We just go address one. Okay, so I want to get the details of customer name with, so address we have, but we don't have a whose address, this one information. So if you see at a row level or tuple level, you can understand this is the customer and this is the address. I want as a address formation. So I want to see in a single column the customer name with the address. So how you are going to do? You just concatenate. So you can concatenate all the fields, whatever fields you want. So you can add plus, just concatenate. Using plus is a concatenation in Java. So strings you can concatenate. I want to add city, name, state, city. So what transformation we are understanding? One more column, address one, and I want to get the data of a customer with address. So in this field, I want to get a address, and another, what is the another transformation? State code. So state code, I want to. They have given list of states and related codes. So we have written a logic to get the, based on the state name, we are getting the state code. So they'll give a list of states and related codes. So you just have to populate. This is kind of looking up. So this is matches, the state matches with Andhra Pradesh. You are trying to populate the state code as happy. If you are matching with the Telangana, you are trying to populate TS. So this transformation is kind of your states and related states codes are going to be look up for your source data. So source data is going to have a state, and you have to look up with your other table, which is going to have state code, like a state name and state code. So you can perform the same operation outside. So now we are directly doing in the tmap itself. We don't have a huge data, and we don't have a huge like a number of states are very less. So just we are directly doing in the transformation itself. But coming to the real world, you will have a n number of states and a number of state codes. So if you are performing with the US client, then you will see a number of state names and a number of zip codes and all. So there they'll maintain a separate table to get this kind of states and zip code or related country details and all. So just you are going to join and you are going to apply this same logic. So if it is going to be um, if it is going to be London, then you will create a state code as UK. If it is going to be a Singapore, you will create as a Sun something. So whatever they are going to give the state, so you just do the lookup and you will do the same thing. We are just trying here in using the just a transformation. So if we have a less data and we less states in our sample data, so we are directly doing in our transformation. So I'm going to run this job. Now you can see, right, Krishna Manohar and Hyderabad, and then you are seeing that TS. So I want to give some space between these strings. So we have concatenated these things, right? So it's not giving any space or comma. So generally, if you write address, you will have a comma between each and everything, right? So you can put double quotes, comma, and you want to get next line, then you can put next line, but you don't see that difference in that file, but you can put like this slash n, and again here after this you want to have one more plus, and you can concatenate the comma between them, and you want to give slash n. Even you want to give some space, you can have space like slash t is going to be a tab. So if you press on tab, right, so it will give some tab space. You can give slash t. So slash t is going to give the some space. Okay, like this, these two things you can use it, and you can see that comma after each and every string. Now you can see, right, so the data is automatically coming to the next line. So Naidu, after that AP, and then city is Ongol. So that state code. So automatically you can see that n and a space. So I'll remove that slash n because it's giving if you are writing to the table, then you will feel that difference. But right now we are not writing, so I'll remove this slash n. Just we are trying to see comma and some space between uh, space in each and every address field. So now you can see, right? Name, after that comma, and you will see the state and then city. So this is how you can do your concatenation of string. So how to apply the methods? You can use the whatever methods, whatever you want to perform, and you want to write any transformation logics, you can use a ternary operator. Same way, this is going to be a multiple times business validations. So this one is true, then you go for this one. This one is false, then go for this one. So that kind of logics you may need to implement. So in a transformation, that is where we have to use the transformations, right? So tmap is a transformation component in Talend. So you can apply a number of transformations on a data, source data. Okay. So in the why we are using a intermediate mapper, so it will help you to reusable. So I want to use the same. So whatever state or city, these things, right? I have used one more variable also. On we have applied address one column, and I have able to use these fields again. If this is not there, what we have to do? I have to again do the uppercase or lowercase or the transformation, everything I have to repeatedly I have to do here also. So if the transformation of this one is there here, so state code. So if I am going to concatenate the state code I required in other field, then what I have to do? I have to copy the same logic and concatenate here again. Instead of that, if you do here everything, so wherever you want to reuse, wherever you want to use the same fields or a same whatever you are going to perform, you can easily use it. You just drag and drop this variable. That is the advantage, and you can see the look and feel, right? So this one also, this concatenation also you can perform here. So you are here, you are going to add address one. This is a new field for you, and you can just drag this one, drag this one, drag this one, and you can edit this. And whatever you have implemented the right side, same thing you can implement class T. Okay, this is how you can have in the intermediate. So if you require this one, so and what is the advantage? The look and feel of your job design also changed. So you no need to worry about right side. So right side is going to be a plain the column one to one map, but all transformations you are performing in intermediate. So in a middleware mapper, so there you can find all the transformation, all the logics, whatever you are doing. This is going to be a look and feel, and you no need to touch the, so like left side or right side. You can perform as many things in the right side, and you want to add n number of columns, n number of transformation, you can keep on add here, and you can perform. You don't want, then you can delete it. Or you want to see right now here, right? If I go address one as up, so the problem is, before doing the transformation of this uppercase name, state, city, if you do this one, it won't work. So we want to perform this operation first, and then we are trying to concatenate these things. So you have to make sure this is under down. So after completing the all three operations, so it will be performed row by row. So it will check this one, and then it will come to here like this. So you have to make sure the order of the variables also important. So I'm going to delete this. These are all things not required, and you want to minimize. You don't see it. Will see the plane. So source to target map, but all transformation you performed in this where mapper. So you can find all the transformation. So it will be easy. It will improve the readability of your coding also. Okay. So with this TMAP, I'm going to stop. We'll continue on TMAP tomorrow, and I'll introduce one more component. So now we are having a duplicate data here. So if you are having going to have a multiple like millions of data, you want to perform duplicates. So in general, you'll have a like a group by class, and you will have a claving and a count check you will do, and you will try to eliminate the duplicate in SQL. But coming to the tools, it's a just simple configuration to avoid the duplicates. So what component in Talend we are going to use? There is a T unique component, so which can identify the duplicates in your data. T unique component to unique row component, so which can identify duplicates, and you want to process only Unix to target system, you can select that unique. So now you can see the three connections will be there. One is for Unix and one is for duplicates, one is for iterate. So you want to process only Unix, like like a distinct data, then you can select the unique. You want to get that what are all the duplicates, you can get in another flow. So how you have to do that? So source data, always we are going to apply on source data. So you can just in between tmap, I don't want to perform transformations on all duplicate data. I want to eliminate the duplicates before going to the transformation. So I'm just going to add this component in between the tmap and source. So before transformation, I mean after extracting data, I want to perform the unique. So unique data capture. So here you can see the component. So on what field? Always how you will identify unique based on the unique ID, like a peak, like a primary key. So the key is going to be the unique, and not null, the column that will help you to identify the Unix. Here you can see ID is our unique as per our system. But unfortunately, we have a duplicates on this. So because that time we don't have a like constraint or something. So I don't want to process all the records. So what I have to do? I have applied ID is my identifier of unique. So unique identifying column is ID. So I have selected a ID. So now I am going to connect Unix connection to the tmap, so that the tmap is going to perform all the transformation, whatever the data is written by the Unix. So after applying the logic, so it is going to check that method to compare the each and every field, and then it will say these are all your unique data and these are all your duplicate data. So you want to write a duplicate data onto the another place, another stage, then you can use the duplicate connection. So here you can find duplicate. So here you can print all the duplicates. So 3 ways we are going to get in a unique rows, and other 6 you are going to see in a duplicate. So now you can see, right? So the separation happened. It is able to identify the duplicates on ID. So it is process the 3 records which are unique, and all other are matched with that IDs. So all 6 rows are duplicates. So that is how it is identified the duplicates, and it is populated here. So now you can see that. So these are all duplicates. So it is, you can separate the Unix and duplicates. So why we want to do this? Because we don't want to apply the transformation on whole extracted data. We want to perform only which is a required or unique data in from the source. So that's where you are going to use the unique row component to separate and capture the duplicate data. I'm going to stop here. We'll connect on tomorrow. Okay.